Good evening, Savages, and welcome to another episode of Savagely Paranormal.
Hi, guys!
This evening, we are talking about one of the most terrifyingly haunted places in the world, Waverly Hills.
Yes.
It's been on my bucket list for a very long time.
Yeah, I would love to go there. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. With so much sorrow and horrifyingly horrid treatment that the patients endured there, it is no doubt that it is haunted.
Yeah.
There's so many experiences that people have.
Mm-hmm.
So many things happen.
Hard to believe that a place that is this scary actually started off as a one-room schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a guy named Major Thomas H. Hayes. He purchased the land in 1883, and he started it as a one-room schoolhouse for his daughter. He hired a teacher for her. Her name was Lizzie, and she named the school Waverly School. He liked that so much that he named his property Waverly Hill. And the school was on Page's Lane. Now, they don't say this anywhere, but I would assume that was probably his daughter's name.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. And after they were all done and gone, the Board of Tuberculosis Hospital kept the name Waverly Hills. And then they opened their
Sanitarium.
Yeah. It was originally just a two-story frame building. And then obviously it grew from there. It was only made to hold 40 to 50 TB patients. That's it.
Yeah.
And
now it's 4 stories and
yeah.
huge. And it runs the absolute gambit of paranormal activity, from residual all the way through to some demonic activity there, with people having things thrown at them and being hit and scratched and punched and whole 9 yards. It is insane the amount of things that people have had happen at Waverly.
Yeah, they originally started this for the TB patients to keep them isolated from the general public.
So it wouldn't spread.
Kind of sounds like something we went through a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, can't be around other people. But they put them there so they could be placed in an area where they could rest, stay calm, and have plenty of fresh air to breathe.
Yeah.
They built it high up on the hill, surrounded by peaceful woods to make it a nice, calm, serene little place. One of the cool things, though, is it was a whole self-contained community. They had their own water treatment facility. They grew their own food. They killed their own animals for meat. They had their own zip code, their own post office. They didn't need to interact with the outside world at all. But they had visitors come to see them who left and went home.
Yeah.
So there's not really any logic there behind this. Let's keep the TB patients away from everybody, but let's have visitors come in and see them and then go home.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. And this place operated and ran for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And they had anywhere from, like, very small kids to elderly patients there.
Yeah.
It was a whole slew of, like, age ranges, and they performed a lot of very horrific experiments.
They sure did.
To try to help them breathe better.
The original, well, not the original, but the actual building that you see today was constructed in 1924 and opened in October of 2026. It served as a TB hospital until 1961.
I think you meant 1926.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Duh. 19.
I'm
My bad. I'm reading too many things at once. In 1962, it was renovated and reopened as a nursing home. So there is a whole nother aspect to this.
Yeah. And then I know it was closed down because of some horrific allegations of abuse by the patients.
Yeah, it was closed by the state in 1981.
there were a lot of really horrible acts that went on against the people that were treated there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get the whole elder abuse and
Yeah. Right now, the people that currently own it are working diligently to try to restore it and save it, even though the county that they are in wants to destroy it.
Yeah, I believe that they are.
They're
Waverly
trying.
Hills. Is it Waverly Hills Historic Society or something like that? They're trying really hard to get it back up to what it was back in the day.
Yeah.
In all its glory.
Now, there are a lot of reports at Waverly for shadow entities, and the shadow entities at Waverly are not like any shadow entities that most people encounter. They are seen everywhere. They're caught in videos and on camera everywhere. Yeah. All over the estate.
They're not trying to hide. They're just out there saying, come on.
They are not trying to hide.
No.
Yeah. There's also reports of, the more intelligent spirits, and they move stuff around. They throw things. There's a ball that is often seen.
Yeah, that's a little boy. There's a little boy named Timmy who likes to play catch with the guests, and it is said if you roll the ball down the long hallway, he'll roll it back to you.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. There's other children that are seen and heard all over the campus, running through the halls here, there, and everywhere. Probably the worst and most rare sighting that they call the entity the Creeper. He is when he is seen on the rare occasion that somebody encounters him, he is seen crawling down the hallways and up the walls and on the ceilings.
Nice.
And people often feel a sense of doom and dread and horrid feelings from them. So some people are claiming that he's probably demonic.
I would say so, based on the description and the feelings that come from him.
I don't want, no.
I do. I want to see it.
I do want to see it. I do want to go. It's on my list, but...
I don't know how I would react if I saw something coming at me like that, but I'd want to see it.
Something crawling down the hallway at me, no.
I'd probably nope it.
Yeah, I would have to nope it.
But I'd want to see it still.
Somebody get it on tape. Somebody get it on tape. That's all we want, is somebody to get it on tape.
Right? Let's see.
Guess that'll be left to me.
You're the only one that's going to be brave and not nope it.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a man in a white coat who's seen walking in the kitchen and the smell of cooking food. Now, for that, I would say that's most likely just residual, just his energy imprint into the surroundings, doing what he did every day.
Yeah. There is a doppelganger that is often seen on the campus. And, doppelgangers are spirits that take on the image of a living host.
Yes.
So that could be interesting.
That would be kind of interesting. Walking along, you see yourself coming at you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would react to that. You're walking and
Where
it's dark.
You at?
Where are you at? Wait, that is me. Why am I seeing me on a different floor than what we... Wait a minute.
Yeah, how would your brain actually process that?
I don't know. I
found my twin.
I don't think my brain could process that. It would be like, hey, where are you? As we're seeing Brian walk up behind us, but we see Brian in front of us at the same time. I would probably scream like a little girl. I don't think I could handle that.
I don't know what I would do, but if I saw myself coming at me, my brain would probably just be like,
Wait.
I don't remember a mirror being there.
Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how my brain would react to seeing myself or another teammate, knowing that, we're on walkies with each other and be like, okay, where are you? And you're like, oh, I'm on the 4th floor. Okay, cool. Then how are you here outside, standing there waving at me? How does this work?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know, but I don't know if I like this right now.
Which one is really you?
I'm coming out the window now. I'm jumping on it.
Oh, well, okay, that takes me over to this one. There are stories surrounding room 502.
It's one of the most active rooms on the property.
I can imagine why.
Right.
In 1928, there was a nurse who was found dead in room 502. She had committed suicide by hanging herself from the light fixture. She was 29 years old, unmarried, and pregnant. Okay, that time frame, she probably really didn't see any other option.
Right.
But they're assuming her depression over this situation is what led her to take her own life. But nobody knows how long she was hanging there before she was found.
Yeah.
And then in 1932, another nurse who worked in the same room jumped from the roof patio and plunged several stories to her death.
Yeah.
There's speculation that she was actually pushed instead of jumped. But again...
Pushed by what?
Two things in the same room, and I'm sure there's more that just aren't documented.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably. There's so much stuff that goes on undocumented there because there was a long time where people were just breaking in to go and see what is there. And I would love to do the Estes method there.
Oh, God, yeah. That would be awesome.
I want a buddy if I have to do it there, though. Like, somebody, don't leave me. Just don't leave me. That's all I ask. I want people to be in sight with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm in this room doing the Estes method, and then y'all are like, hey, we just caught up to you. No, you didn't. No.
Yeah.
So probably need, like, code words.
Dandelion!
If it's really you, touch your nose twice.
Well, no, because they would hear that. So you just need a code word that means you have to touch your nose twice to prove it's you.
Yeah.
So when I say dandelion, you know what you need to do.
Everybody touch your nose twice so we know it's really you. Right. No. I think it'd be it would really be an interesting place. And it's really not that far from us.
No.
I think they're in Kentucky.
I like Kentucky.
I want to go so bad. So bad.
Man, if we had money and could get away for like a week, we could just go on a whole tour. We could do Waverly. Right. We could go back to Cynthiana, do the jail, do the opera house, and just make a big circle.
Be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff they did to the patients there, I can imagine why some of them would be pretty pissed off and still hanging around.
Right.
They had these treatments where they
stuck balloons in lungs to fill them so that they could get more oxygen in, and then they would fill the balloons while they were in the lungs to expand your lungs. And sometimes they inflated them too much and you popped.
And then there were other times where they did this horrific thing where they would remove muscles and ribs from the patient's chest to allow the lungs to expand further.
No.
No.
Well, no.
That sounds like it could impale your lungs on the broken ribs.
Right? Ew.
Right? I mean, how much rib are they taking off? Like just a little chunk or like the whole thing?
It says ribs.
Oh,
like multiple ribs.
No.
Sounds like how you get a blood eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And then after the people died, they would send them down this chute to the train.
The body chute.
So
no.
That's not really respectful of the dead. I'm sorry.
You're gonna be
in the dead of the night, no less.
Right. So nobody actually saw how many people had died.
Well, they didn't want to upset any of the patients, knowing how many people die there on a daily basis. It would.
You don't think they noticed just people disappearing? Like, oh, hey, Joe and Jill and Bob used to be in this room, and now all of a sudden they're not here. Oh, gee.
Right.
I guess they went home.
Happened? No. What happened? Oh, I don't know. Like, they were never here.
No.
You're hallucinating.
Yeah, no.
No. I think No.
If we ever get the chance to go, I'll lay in the body chute.
Okay.
with the Estes method.
Okay, that's one place I have no desire to go.
I kind of want to go. I'll go down there with you, but
You're going to go slide down the body chute?
sure, why not?
I'm gonna find a way to make
You
it.
won't go in an attic or a basement, but you want to go down the body chute.
Yeah, well,
She wants to go for a ride. I'm
Right.
gonna find a way to anchor myself in
Yeah.
there.
I mean, if it's like a quick ride, I'll ride down the body chute, but I ain't hanging out in there, no.
Well, the body chute isn't really like a chute, like a slide.
It kind of
it's
is.
a tunnel,
But
they
it's a tunnel, but it's
a
kind
tunnel.
of like angled down to the train track.
It does have a slope to it,
Yeah.
and there have been reports of hearing footsteps
Yep.
and the carts going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go in a cart and like go?
It
I want to go in a cart.
I'm
It
pretty
was,
sure
it wasn't
they're
so
not
much a
still
cart as it
functional.
would have been like a gurney.
Yeah.
I want to go in a cart. Come on, let's take a wagon. I'll sit at the top of the hill. Somebody show me down.
You want me to take the sled that the kids have and we'll put you in that and whoosh. Now, if something grabs you and pulls you back, you're on your own.
That's when you hear me screaming like a little girl. No, I don't want to go down anymore.
That would be a hospital trip I'm not taking you to. You're just
No.
going to suffer.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try to explain that one.
I'll just bubble wrap myself first. We'll like bungee cord some pillows. We'll be alright. It'll be okay.
Till she finds that one rock that's mysteriously in the middle of the tunnel.
Right?
Yeah, that would be my luck. It would. I want to
Lord.
go. I want to go. I want to ride down this.
I will spend time in the dark tunnel with and without the Estes method.
Okay.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it so bad. So bad.
You got to be by yourself when you do it, though.
Okay.
The approximate number is about 6,000. How many people died there? All going all the way back to the original hospital records from 1911.
It's a lot of people.
It is.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of spirits running.
Not to mention,
rampant.
this land was something before this.
Yeah.
Most likely Native American.
Probably.
So you've got all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like kids that are seen like all over the property that like to play with visitors
Mm-hmm.
and kids.
Kids.
I'm sorry.
Our favorite things to encounter kids.
No. I would rather encounter the shadow people than encounter a child on an investigation.
She wants to encounter the Hat Man.
No.
We don't speak that name.
Yes.
Well, I just did.
Speak that name.
Well, then
back.
you can go take care of it.
Yeah. So, it's there's a lot of things that go on. The shadow entities are probably like the most common thing, which is weird for a place's shadow entities to
Yeah.
be caught outright
Yeah.
with cameras and stuff, and not just like, like occasionally out of the corner of your eye. Like everybody is catching them like in photos and on video
Right.
and stuff. Like,
But then you got to wonder, are they really shadow entities, or are they just appearing that way because they're the people who have passed away there? And
that's
they're just
the only
like, come
form they
on,
know
you
how to
people
do.
get out. This is our space. So maybe they're just kind of taking on that form.
Right? Maybe they don't have enough energy to
I mean, it's possible because,
take on a full solid form. I don't know.
and again, how many people have really seen a real shadow being versus a dark figure?
Right. Yeah.
So you don't really know.
Yeah. I would
For
be
sure.
interested to see if the I want to go up in the corridor that's locked off.
Yes, that would be awesome.
It's like the whole wing is locked off.
Yeah.
And I want to know what goes on up there.
Well, the one
Why is it locked off?
the one I was reading said it's locked off because the floor is actually falling through in most spots, so they don't let people in there.
No.
However, there are footsteps, voices, and other things coming from that area
So open the
So
door
there's-
and set recorders and stuff down right
Yeah.
by the door.
I would assume there's more going on in there than just the floor falling through for them to not let people in.
Right. I mean, for a lot of this activity, it all seems to be centered around room 502. Like, why that one specific room, though? Like, why is everybody, like, jumping off the balcony there or hanging themselves or other things? And a lot of investigation groups that have gone there have felt like doom and gloom and all that stuff in there.
Is it simply a case of whatever spirit had died there had that overwhelming depression, anxiety, all that, and is it residual energy in the room that's causing these people to pick up on it and feel that way and do these things? Or is it possible that whoever was in that room had something negative attached to them? Not necessarily a demon, but something negative that kind of hangs out in that room?
Right.
Unfortunately, we'll never know the answer to that until somebody is able to get verification.
I mean,
could be a portal, a vortex, or a nexus.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are people being jumped and being influenced that way?
Yep. Because, that creature, who's to say that isn't what's jumping these people and causing them to do that?
I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a very creepy, weird entity. They call it the creeper, and it's weird.
It is, because when you think of a creeper, you think of like a peeping Tom type creeper that likes to...
Yeah, no. This one?
In a paranormal sense, that's not what you think of.
No, but most people, when they hear that word, that's what you think of. But no.
No.
Creeper to me is... no.
He, like, crawls up the ceilings and the walls and stuff and, like, runs at you, which is not very, like, common in this, especially not with, like, a shadow entity. Like, they try to, like, normally try to stay away from people. They don't want to be seen.
I don't think he would be a shadow entity, though.
He's like a dark figure.
Creature-y type thing.
Right, he's like a dark creature-y thing.
That'd be the last thing he runs at.
I would be curious to see if you could pinpoint if it's really like demonic or if it's more like a cryptid type thing.
Oh.
It runs at me. That would be a real quick way to find out.
That is true. Let's go.
Is it a cryptid or a thing?
If it's an actual cryptid, we'd be wrestling.
Yeah. Like, I'm curious. Like, but I'm curious to see, like, how it would interact with, like, Kelsey.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I would have to be there to help her out with that one.
Yeah.
She'd be death gripping
That's
you.
definitely going to be more powerful than...
She would be
she
death
right
gripping you the entire time. It would,
It would be interesting to see how she reacts in room 502.
Yeah.
Again, I would have to be
Well,
there.
yeah, obviously. But to see what she would pick up on in that room would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because if it is more of like a residual depression kind of thing, she would pick up on that instantly.
Right. I'm curious to see if it's just in the actual sanatorium or if it's also, like, outside.
Yeah.
Because if there's that much stuff going on inside, I can only imagine
Oh, it's got to be outside too.
what happens outside.
Well, then again, like I said, if it centers on room 502, that
Yes.
could be the nexus point, the vortex, or the portal.
Right.
So, and granted, given how far off the ground 502 would be, there's no saying that you feel it that far down onto the ground.
Right.
Right.
I would like to actually see the whole layout of the building, where 502 is, and kind of go that whole column and see if anything's above it or below it, if anything's going on, because it could be like just this big, huge, giant vortex of
Stuff.
Yeah.
Like, go each floor underneath it to see if there's stuff. And yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. That's going to wrap for us on the Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Don't forget like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and go to our Discord. And you can also go to our Facebook and send us your true ghost stories. We might feature you on one of our podcasts. You can also send us your ghost stories that are not true. We will also be picking some of those to feature on our podcasts.
Yes, we want all of the spookies. Give us your encounters and your stuff.
Yes. Please let us know if they are true, if they are false, and don't share somebody else's story without permission from them, please.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, and we'll see you later, savages.
Bye.